All right. Come on, Lucy. Come sit in my lap. All right. Good morning. It's Sunday, May 5th, 2019. One of our viewers asked us, what would we look for if we were ever going to go and become gate guards again? And we came up with a little mini list, and we're going to share those ideas with you if she doesn't keep slapping that in my face. Stop! You never make it in the world of film. Okay, stop.
I would.
And you stop
I'd
licking
be the
me.
next bear. No, I won't be here.
All right. So, what we do? Oh, by the way, we are in a small town in Milton, West Virginia. We're about 400 miles from home. We're going to travel tomorrow. About 100, half of that mileage to be near our daughter's home in West Virginia, and we're going to spend 3 days in Weston, and then from there on Thursday we're going to be mooch stalking at our son's house because he has a place for us to park and he has electricity. So what do you keep pushing her for?
She's getting a little close.
Oh, okay. So the number one thing that we would look for in gate guarding is to make sure that you're not next to a highway. As you all recall, one of our major complaints was we were parked right next to a highway that had 75-mile-per-hour speed limit.
Crazy.
Unless we could be on a back road or a side road or something like that, like we were on our first two jobs, I don't think we would ever do a job that was right next to a highway.
No.
Because first of all, people are trying to get off the freeway quickly, off the highway quickly, so they're going 75 miles an hour, taking the shoulder, creating a lot of dust before they come over the cattle guard. So I think that would be the number one thing. Make sure that you're in a more secluded, remote area. For some people, they may not like that. They may want to be someplace where they can be seen. But for us, definitely, we would want a more quiet, secluded area.
Yeah, because the spot we were at, the vehicles were a little bit too close coming in. Some of the vehicles were coming in on two wheels, actually.
Well, we said that in one of our videos.
I mean, so...
18-wheelers coming at 75 miles an hour on 9 wheels trying to make the turn. I mean, literally, if you would have watched them, it looked like a Smokey and the Bandit scenes, the way they were coming in.
Yeah.
So, whether we would do, number two, whether we would do another oil rig or oil field. We know that the western part of Texas has the world's largest Permian, I think they call it Permian oil reserve in the world. It was noted that the Saudis thought they had it. They would be producing 5 million barrels a day, but after they got theirs going, they found out it was only 3.8, which made the one in western Texas the largest at 4.1 million barrels a day. So there's a fact that I bet you guys didn't even know. We produce more oil than anybody else in the world. But would we want to do another oil field? Probably not. And I'll tell you why. Everything was going well until on numerous occasions we had people hauling pipe in or out, mostly out, that still had substance in the pipes. And that substance was ending up at our doorstep, right in front of us. And luckily, I had a little shovel, and I took some caliche and put it over the top of it to help absorb and have that get down into the ground as quickly as possible. Because we got dogs, and when we were walking our dogs, we had to make sure that they didn't step in this. It wasn't a big oil spill, guys. No need to call the EPA or anything. It's just that occasionally they would be hauling out pipe and we happened to notice little black splotches on the ground. And it was like avoided at all costs. So there's there's two reasons now why we probably want to do the gate guarding at the oil field. If we had the possibility, I think we could do it for either a ranch or something, or a wind farm or something like that. But we're at an age that we don't want to go chase all this stuff down with the oil field people, with the drilling people. So no offense, but those are our feelings. We did say that we would do a single well as long as it was on a remote road.
Right.
Okay, but
The one we
oh
were
well
on
the one we were on
had five different
wells.
things
There was
going on.
there was a lot more wells, but five were being worked at the same time.
Right.
So that would be actually the number 3 thing.
Right.
Okay? Make sure that don't go by that list. We've already added 2.
Okay.
Number 3 would be make sure that the well they're putting you on is only a single well that you're gate guarding for. If you're doing 5 and you got a group of people coming in capping one, you got another group of people doing casing on another, you got other people fracking another one, you got another person drilling another one, and finally we had one that was replacing the jack pump. The jack pump is that thing that you see when you're driving along the freeway that's going up and down. They were changing a jack pump at one of the wells to a whole different design. But anyway, that's beyond my knowledge. Another thing we would look for as a potential, not as a necessity, if it was possible, 12-hour gates. 24-hour gates are exhausting.
Absolutely.
Okay? I think a 12-hour shift for a couple is more than enough for one single day. Put 2 couples on a gate. See if you can find a gate where there's 2 couples working, where you can get some off time. After 5 weeks, it was like, I don't think we're going to make it to the 8th week.
No.
And we didn't.
We didn't.
So we were glad to leave. So that would be the 4th thing. We're actually going to have 6 things here, guys. Number 5 would be better services. Okay? I know these gate guard services are trying to get you the best that they have out to the site to make sure that you can get supported. But when you got a generator that's running at 61 cycles, 62 cycles, instead of 60 cycles, and you notice it because your microwave is running faster than it's supposed to, time, not how fast it heats, but the clock on your microwave is running faster. I knew there was something wrong, and I had a meter called a kilowatt meter that you plug in and you plug something in to find out how many cycles there is. And that's how I figured out why the microwave was running faster than it needed to be. So the lighting that we had wasn't the best. We had two wonderful LED lights, but we had 2 halogen lights, and out of the 2 halogen lights, one of them went bad on us halfway through through our 5-week stay.
Right.
It wouldn't come on, and I'm a do-it-yourselfer. I took it off, and there wasn't even a switch in there anymore. So somebody had already hardwired it. So obviously the halogen was going bad. I don't know if it was the bulb or what, but I would recommend, because you need lights and you need a generator, to see if you can find something like RV SWAT has. If you don't know them, you should check out their website. Johnny and Tracy, they're out there gate guarding now. But they have a generator that has a light pole that comes off the top of the generator, goes way up in the air, and shines down with almost like city lights.
Yep.
Nice and bright. I would recommend a lot more of the gate guard services use something like that. Water, I don't think you'll get your wish. They only provide non-potable water, and that's because they're transferring it from tank to tank to tank by the time you get it. So, but if they could do something to guarantee like a city water or something that you're getting, maybe with a little chlorine in it, just to make sure that it's more healthy than non-potable water. I think that would be a great solution. And finally, they do provide a tank to dump your business in, whether it's your gray water or your black water. The one we had stank really bad. I mean, out of the 5 weeks we were there, they dropped one chlorine pellet through the lid to help with the smell, and it didn't really help. Again, I'm going to refer to RV SWAT. They have a macerator that helps pump the gray and black water into a sealed tank, which obviously I never heard them complain about smell.
No, they haven't complained at all.
Yeah.
No.
But I think that's a better way to get rid of your sewage. We had to use our hose to a distribution tank. The distribution tank had a pump in it. The pump then had to pump it uphill to the top of the tank that was our storage tank. Excuse me. So you never would get rid of 100% of the water out of the distribution, because as soon as the pump kicked off, the float kicked off, you know, you'd probably get 3 or 4 gallons, maybe 5, going back into that distribution tank, which you know, would start smelling after a period of time. So better services is what I'm getting at. For number 4, better services: generator, water, and sewage.
And I'll do number 5.
You'll do number 5.
And then we have one more. Number 5, they tell you to get the company man's name. So if you have any problems, you can call in and talk to him, and he can meet you at the gate or whatever. Well, we were there 5 weeks, and no one would ever tell us who the company man was. It was like a mystery. They tell you to ask guys that were coming in. Oh, well, we don't know. Well, you work for them, but you don't know. So we were there 5 weeks. We had no company man name.
Well, we sort of did.
Yeah. Well, no, that was the safety guy.
No, that was the company that our company had hired.
Well, we never got any numbers.
Got one phone number.
I didn't get a phone number.
And we had a phone number.
Okay, well, that's my complaint. I think when you're going to a job gate guarding site, that when you pull in, you should be handed a list of company man names.
Your gate
away.
Your gate guard service should provide you a listing of all the numbers that you need to make contact with anybody on that site in the event that you need to get a hold of somebody.
An emergency.
They shouldn't tell you need to go find out who the company man is.
Because you're only in one spot. The only way you're going to find that out is
if you leave the spot.
Right, and you can't leave the spot. You're on duty.
And how do you go up on a drill site and go, hey, I'm looking for the company man?
Right.
Okay, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
Maybe we did. Yeah, maybe we didn't do it right. I don't know.
In other words, we don't think the turnover was quite right. They should have gave us all the information up front instead of making us have to investigate and find out where this information was.
I found this on the web. Give us all the information.
Okay, turn that off.
Check it out.
All right, let me have her. Did you push her?
I did.
Siri thought she tried to answer that question for us. Okay, number 6.
Number 6?
Well,
that's
yeah, more of a complaint than an actual thing that you want to look for. But we found out that the people that we were working for were the number 1 violators of how to operate a gate. They'd either try to run it, they were always going too fast, and then they were the biggest complainers.
The safety people.
No, that was the name of the company.
Okay, which one?
Okay.
Okay.
The customer for gate guard services was the biggest violator for that particular gate. So when it was time to go, we were thankfully ready to go.
Right.
So would we do it again? We're not going to run back to Texas and look for this.
It would be under our circumstances if we...
Not our circumstances.
Well, that's not the word we want to use.
What's this we?
Oh,
I'm not using the word circumstances. You are.
Well, we would do it under our...
You're not Italian.
Oh. We would do it... What's the word am I looking for?
Huh?
Under our rules.
No, not our rules.
Well, exactly what
Before
we said.
you sign the contract.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, folks. Oh, here's a big tidbit about it, signing those contracts. See, we're subcontractors for a gate guard service. Wait till you hear this one. They are rewriting the contracts, guys. We could be, if we were under contract right now, we could be under violation sharing this video with you. Because they've, apparently, from what we've heard from other gate guarders, they're changing the rules or making them sign new contracts so you can't post on Facebook or any social media, YouTube, of any of these discrepancies or any of this information that we're trying to pass on to you. So you know what? We don't have to worry about it. I don't think we'll ever be gate guards
And you're
again
not
now.
allowed to communicate with your fellow gate guarding people of how much you're making.
Oh, that upsets them.
That's a new thing.
See, some gate guard services will try to say, "Oh, I think they'll do it for $25 or $50 less a day than if we hire so and so. So let's get them to go do the job." And then as soon as you get to a job, you find out, "Geez, I got 300 cars a day. What do you guys consider a light, medium, and heavy duty gate?" Then you get the numbers, and then you go back to the employer and go, I think you're kind of underpaying me here. Oh, we'll see what we can do. We listened to that for a month.
Right.
For a whole month, we heard them say, "Oh yeah, we'll get that for you. We'll make it better for you."
Never happened.
Never happened. So,
No.
you know what? You guys are putting if you need quick money and you don't care of anything that we've said, go out there and gate guard. We encourage you. It is a quick way to make some quick money. It's a lot quicker than working $8 an hour at Walmart or anything like that.
Right.
But you got to be ready to be put up with
A lot of stuff.
with the BS.
A lot of noise. Number one, you hear the generator and you hear the trucks all day and all night.
So a lot of things you have to keep in perspective.
Right.
We don't recommend working over 28 days. Do it for 1 month and go give yourself a break, or you're going to drive yourself nuts.
Right.
So anyway, that's our feelings about it. Again, our feelings. Whatever you guys want to do, you do. And we wish you the best of luck. We hope you enjoy it. And it's time for us to go spend some time with our family.
Yep.
We're almost back in Pennsylvania. We're going back to what we love best, campground hosting in Pennsylvania at a state park.
Right.
No money. 0 money, but full hookups, and we get to collaborate with our fellow campers and with our family when they come to visit.
Right.
So, with that being the final word, we wish you all the very best. Thank you for watching. Don't forget, we do have a Facebook page, Oklahoma's Camping Adventures. If you've been already watching us, you know every place we stopped all the way across the country, and you know what our final plans are. And as soon as it quits raining, we're at a KOA. I'm gonna go pay the $5 for water, and I'm gonna get this rig all cleaned up because it ain't gonna rain for the rest of the week. Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.